education, I am an engineer, electronics engineer. I have been working in various companies for the last 18 years. I have been in this field. Worked in Delhi and then around 13-14 years in United States as an employee and then later as an entrepreneur. So I built a company called GDA Technologies, which eventually got acquired by a company called Rambus. So it's an intellectual property company in the engineering space, electronics engineering space. So after that acquisition, so I exited from that business. Right now I'm looking at various options in media space and to start a company based in India. Well, as a second career, after exiting, after building a company, running it for 10 years, after exiting, so when I'm about to start a new venture, I really wanted to see if there is a way to combine my passion along with my expertise. So technology and media. So I was very passionate about plays and film. I grew up seeing a lot of films and I acted in a lot of plays. I was the best actor of my university when I was studying. So there was a penchant, there was an attraction towards that space. I'm looking at, there is a big opportunity coming up in India in the media space. So there's a lot of demand in the international field for media. And with cost effectiveness of Indians and the talent available here, we can create animation and feature film and a lot of content which the world requires. So that's an area where I want to really focus. Yeah, so right now I incorporated a company called Silicon Media and we produced a film right now. The name of the film is What the Sufi Said. It is based on a Malayalam novel called Sufi Said. It is a Malayalam film. The aim is to market that in international level, in other festival circuits and things like that. The novel is a very popular novel in Malayalam and it is translated into 8 different languages, including French and English. So there's a lot of very popular and very well discussed novel in Malayalam. We just completed the shoot in the post-production, so we are getting ready to market and distribute that. This film is a period film. It happens around 130 years back during Britishers' time when it happens in the north part of Kerala called Malabar. There is this culture of sharing among various religions. So there are places called jarams, which are kabar, where both Hindus and Muslims go for praying. And the deity there, or what they pray is the kabar of a Bivi or a saint. Bivi of that jaram comes from a Hindu family originally. So she is born into a matrilinear, matriarchal society, a family, and she was considered very unusual. So her horoscope was very unusual. So she was very powerful because of matrilinear setup, and also as an individual, she is a very beautiful and very powerful woman. And how she becomes lonely in that family setup, and then finally how she elopes with a Muslim trader who comes to that family. And then the repercussions after, during her life with that Muslim, his name is Mamuti, how she is able to adopt to the new religion and accept the faith and beliefs of that. But at the same time, how she is not able to let go of her old faith and beliefs, especially remembering all those traditions, how she is not able to let go. That's the crux of the movie. And it also gives an idea about our previous generation, how harmoniously they lived together, how they dealt with the things. And when she eventually dies in this film, the society adopts her as a Bivi, and then they pray to her. They make her a human goddess, basically. It's based on a myth. So the novel itself, there are many such jarams and there are stories behind that. So this novel takes up such a story and elaborates it. Very well written novel, very visually very strong novel. So that is what is converted into a film. It was accidental. Actually, we were looking for commercial purpose stars who would be interested in acting in this But it was becoming very difficult. One is the expectation they have and their schedule constraints. We were not able to basically do it in the time frame and the budget we were really looking for. So the novelist one day suddenly, looked at me and said that I have an idea. So why don't you become Mammootty? I think, I feel that you are my character. So somehow today I'm feeling that. Why don't we do that? So then everybody discussed, and it was a kind of a decision like that, and I accepted that. They had acted in plays, so switching gear from plays to movie film. So there is a big transition, and I think this film significantly helped. And the director Priyanandanan, who has done a lot of plays and also later films, he helped a lot in doing that transition. It was only the experience from the play. I used to do a lot of plays, so street plays and campus plays, and so that experience helped. And at the same time, there was a change in the way you have to act, on the stage versus in front of the camera. So that transition, it was a risk we took, and I believe had done reasonably fine. Yeah. One of the main reason budget is high is because it's a period film. So we had to reproduce all the artwork and the costume and makeup. All these things were costing us a lot. But our hope is that if properly marketed and proper distribution channels are opened up, we'll be able to recover this money. I always wanted to experiment rather than going in the same path and failing. You experiment, and even if you fail, you learn a lot of things. So we really wanted to take that uncharted water. We are hoping that we will be able to do that in a couple of months. Now the work is almost completed, so now a few more steps are left out. Now the marketing and then release, so that is what is left. It is, first we will be targeting Indian audience. Kerala, being a Malayalam film, Kerala we are planning a release, and also at least to take it to metros where serious cinema watching people are there, so take it to them in Indian metros also. And then there is a lot of requirement, a lot of need for Indian content around the world in satellites and all the festival circuits, so that's where we are targeting to take this film. It's very exciting. So your ability, your ability to combine your passion and your experience. I mean, I have been involved in creating intellectual property in chip design area and selling it to world leaders like Sony and Intel and all these companies. And right now I'm trying to do similar thing in intellectual property in art, taking that and marketing in worldwide manner. So it has been exciting. So it is not only on the job front, but on the personal front also is very rewarding. I am trying to basically combine it. There is a lot of animation is a very technology intensive work. There's a lot of human intensive work. There is intellectual property involved in that. There is final product involved in it, training involved in it, and services involved in it. So it's not that it's only media is completely independent of technologies. Today, technology you cannot really rip apart. So it has to go together. So I believe I will be able to continue having both going forward. Yeah, it was not very tough. After this acquisition of my previous company, I decided to move back to India. So mainly to pursue things which I have been missing for the last 15 years when I was staying in the US. So that was a big decision. So with that decision, reconnecting with my earlier passion was not a very difficult task. So we are in discussion with various script writers and directors for new projects. So we have not yet picked, we have not announced anything yet, but soon we will be able to do it. So the movie is going to come out in Kerala in a couple of months, and then hopefully very soon in DVD format in other places. Please do watch the film.